Big day today, eh, Jack?
You just say that again.
So how you feeling?
You want the truth?
Of course.
Frightened.
I know it's easy for me to say, Jack, but there's nothing to be frightened of. Mr. Hutchinson will be along in a minute and he'll explain to you what's going to happen. But you're in good hands.
Oh, I don't doubt you, love, but you see, over the years, I've not been very kind to my body, so I wouldn't blame if it gave up on me.
Now, no one's got any right to be giving up on you, Jack, least of all yourself. Your wife will be coming in soon. Do you want her to see you being such a misery?
No, you're right. See, but I've been sat here since I woke up this morning, thinking about my life, what I've done. And I've come to a conclusion. I've done naught. I've not seen out of the world. The only thing I've done for myself is make myself into a physical flaming wreck. Now, I'm sorry if it makes it sound as if I'm feeling sorry for myself, but I am. You see, Sarah, I'm coming on for 65. Looking back, you wouldn't think that any one man could waste so much time.
You haven't wasted your life, Jack. I bet your Vera'd tell you that straight off. You've made a happy woman of her, haven't you?
Sometimes. Tell you what, though, we've had some fights, me and her, you know.
Bet you've broken a few hearts in your time too, eh?
Oh, no. If you'd have said that some other time, that would have made my day.
Well, why not today? Don't go flirting with all the patients in here, you know. It's against the rules.
Come on through, Toya. Geoffrey's in here, preparing for his expedition.
Hi, Toya.
Hi. I brought some supplies, Chris and stuff.
Ah, great. Yeah, it could be angry work, this clips watching. The whole show lasts 2.5 hours.
Oh, dear. You're going to get quite a crick in your neck then, aren't you?
Oh, you go blind as well, staring at the sun like that.
Yeah, you use a pinhole projector.
You stick a pin through one and focus the sunlight through the hole onto the other piece. Then you get an upside-down image of the sun and use that to watch the eclipse. Simple and safe.
Oh, I see. Well, I hope you both enjoy yourselves. I dare say I'll be too busy toiling in Mr. Baldwin's underworld to witness any of it. You'll have to tell me all about it later on. Bye.
See ya.
Bye.
See ya. Well, I haven't seen this for a long time.
No, well, I haven't needed it, have I? I just thought, you know, it'd be nicer to watch it from the Red Wreck. Then at least we can pretend we're in Cornwall, eh?
Yeah, why not? Might as well make the most of it, eh?
Spot on.
Hey, do you remember when we pitched it in Audrey Roberts' garden, protesting over them cutting down trees at the wreck?
Yeah, well, I mean, if we hadn't, and if Auntie Em hadn't clambered up that tree, we wouldn't have any Red Wreck to watch the eclipse from, would we?
I suppose not.
In fact, you might say that as my finest hour.
Yeah, you were brilliant.
I don't know about that. It was a team effort. But speaking of brilliant things, let's go and watch this eclipse, shall we? Because there isn't going to be another one for 91 years.
It must be a terrible thing to be forced to give up your pride, Kenneth.
If you're referring to working at Freshco's, I've not given up my pride, Blanche. I'd say quite the reverse, in fact.
You've gone into reverse, if you ask me. Reversed into a right muddy hole. You're an educated man, Ken. You've been to university. How many graduates do you find pushing trolleys?
Well, quite a few, probably, if they need the money. And if they have sufficient character not to live off the state and other people's sympathy. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got a job to go to.
Hi, you off?
Yeah, I'll see you later.
Right. What's the matter with him?
Frustrated, isn't he?
What?
It's as clear as a hole in a bucket. What's wrong, Deirdre? This job you've forced him into is murdering his pride.
Hang on a minute. I haven't forced Ken into anything.
So what else do you think you're doing? Giving up a perfectly good job at Mike Baldwin's place?
I thought you couldn't stand the man.
Deirdre, this is about you, not me. You and Ken. I mean, goodness, you've only just got back together again, and you go and do this to the poor thing.
I haven't done anything to him. Anything Ken's done, he's done off his own bat.
So he says. But would he be pushing trolleys if you were still in work? I don't think so.
Ken is a grown man. He makes his own decisions, just like I do. And I don't need my mother telling me what I should and shouldn't do.
In that case, I suppose you'll be getting yourself down to the job centre this morning.
Of course. The sooner the better.
Though the fact is, there's a job you're best qualified for waiting across the road. I'm sure all you've got to do is say sorry.
Yeah, well, it wouldn't make any difference even if I'd a mind to. Emily's doing my job now.
Emily?
Just think, Toya. What we're about to experience has inspired awe and terror in man since before the beginning of time.
Oh, well, don't worry, Spider. If you get frightened, I'll hold your hand for you.
Cheers. Hey, and look, I'm sorry. I know this is probably nothing like being in Cornwall with Curly.
Suppose not. On the other hand, Cornwall's probably crawling. I'd rather be here with you.
Yeah, you're right. And I hope Nita's happy. Pushing up the pound signs for her paymasters while the biggest cosmic event of a lifetime takes place over her head.
You're really sweet on Nita, aren't you?
Can anybody ever tell you sweet things are bad for you?
I know. Doesn't stop you wanting them, though, does it?
Yeah. I was wrong, Toya. I thought Nita might be my soulmate. The one who saw things the same way as I do, who wanted the same things as me. The one who would be able to tell me things and me to tell her without us having to open our mouths. My destiny. I sound daft, don't I?
No.
Yeah, I do. That's just the lemonade.
Natalie and Jodie send the love. Said they'd be thinking about you.
Tell them thanks, love.
Doctor said earlier that when you're better, you'll be like a 20-year-old. I said, don't be putting ideas into his head.
Oh, don't worry, Vera. I don't want no 20-year-olds.
You always want to charm you.
You charmed you, didn't I?
Once or twice. Are you frightened, Jack?
No, Emmy. No. Fellas here, they're good lads, aren't they? Know what they're doing. To them, it's like cleaning the pipes of the Rovers, isn't it? No, there'll be no problem, no. Be as right as rain. Don't you worry, Rain.
But do you be giving him any problems, do you?
I don't think I'll be in any fit state to, will I?
I love you, Jack.
Do you know, I don't know why. Because I never give you just cause to. Tell you what, we've seen sometimes, so haven't we?
Yeah, we've seen sometimes.
Well, Jack, you're off on your travels.
All right, it's time to go.
Do you want to keep the surgeon waiting? You want to keep in his good books, that's for sure.
You know what I feel for you, don't you? You know.
I know, Jack, I know.
How long is it worth? Just going to take the theatre.
Hello.
Just pump your bed up.
Right. Be all right.
Ready?
So.
Won't be long now.
Yeah. This is going to be something we can tell our kids about.
Our kids?
Yeah, you know. My kids, your kids. If either of us ever have any kids. The eclipse which ended the 20th century.
Well, the nearly eclipse.
Yeah, but we're part of it. That's what's important. We're sharing in the experience.
Yeah. It's really magical, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. You know, the ancient Chinese believed that the moon was a giant dragon devouring the sun. And native North Americans would fire blazing arrows into the sky to chase off what they thought was an evil demon and to help relight the sun.
Wow. You're really into this, aren't you?
Yeah. And some cultures, well, they believe the eclipse is the sun and the moon making love.
Oh. That's really beautiful.
Do you think so?
Yeah. Well, it's better than the dragons taking bites out of the sun.
Yeah, that's true.
Funny, innit? How we always think the same. Always have done. I mean, even when we were up here on the Red Wreck the first time.
Yeah. A lot of water under the bridge since then. You were a girl then?
Silly little girl, you mean?
No, you were never that to her. And anyway, you've grown up. You're a young woman now.
Thanks, Spider.
Never mind what's going on in outer space. There's too much to worry about down here for your average working man.
Your average working man, Les, then there's you.
£1.60.
Oh, Natalie, is there any news on Mr. Duckworth?
Nothing so far, but from what Vera said, I think he'll be in the operating theatre for a few hours yet.
Goodness, so long.
Well, I mean, I don't know how they do a bypass operation, but I'm sure it's a pretty tricky procedure.
To think, I get excited if I manage to thread a needle and stitch up my hem.
They're worth every penny, them surgeons. I raise my glass to them and to Jack's health.
To Jack.
God bless him.
Oh, poor Vera. She must be at her wit's end with all this waiting. Is she on her own?
No, Judy's gone over to keep her company, so I imagine she'll ring when she's got some news.
Mind you, what a day to go under the knife. What with that eclipse thing on and all. Bad omen is that. Well, it's what they reckon, isn't it?
Sorry about the eclipse, Spider. I made you miss it.
Ah, that's all right. Be another one along in 2090. Something like that.
Well, I think we'll probably be a bit old to get up to anything else by then.
Yeah. Look, I'm sorry.
There's no need to be sorry, Spider.
Hello, you moon watchers.
Hello, Auntie Em.
So, how was it?
It was.
Brilliant, Emily. Cosmic.
Oh, how wonderful. Well, shall I make us a nice cup of tea and a bit of lunch?
Oh, yeah, great.
Then you can tell me all about it. Me?
Now then, Fred, you'd know. You're a butcher. Does a pig's heart look much like a bug's?
I can't tell who I'd cause to compare them. Why?
Well, they're thinking of transplanting them, aren't they? Into us humans. And I don't think I fancy that idea.
Well, I wouldn't worry about it too much, Les. I mean, I doubt there's much chance of rejection in your case.
Oh, very funny. No, medical science, it's a marvellous thing, but we ought to watch it doesn't go too far. Mind you, some of us have got everything to gain by it, haven't we?
Oh, aye. How do you make that out?
That'd be a nice little earner for you on the side, won't it? Spare part surgery.
Right, come on, drink up. It's time we were back.
All right, I'm coming.
Well, don't take all day over it. If you want a lot of money spent on you, you've got to make sure I'm earning it. Yeah, that's an idea. Perhaps I should have an affair with all the girls over there. See what that'd do for motivation.
And you reckon you're up to it?
Well, on second thoughts, by the look of some of them, no, I'm not. Come on, let's go.
Oh, Mike, I'm glad I've caught you. Can I have a word?
Well, if you hurry up, I was just going back across the road. Look, I'll see you over there, all right? Sit down.
It's about Deirdre.
Oh, yeah, go on.
It's about her walking out on a job.
I thought it might be.
Well, Mike, you've known Deirdre a long time, haven't you? You know how hot-headed she is. And I know how much she appreciated what you did for her over that John Lindsay business and giving her a job after.
So?
Well, what I'm trying to say is, I mean, I know, I'm sure that what she did, walking out like that, it was just her getting steamed up. She didn't mean it. And if she thought she could apologise and come back, she would do.
Tell her to forget the apology, just come back, OK?
Right, I will. You're not such a bad bloke after all, are you, Mike?
Don't spread it around. See ya.
Didn't think your Auntie Anne were ever going to go back.
Well, she wanted all the details, didn't she?
Hey, what do you think she'd say if we told her what really happened?
I can hardly imagine.
You are glad, aren't you, Spider, about what happened?
Of course. It's just a bit of a shock, that's all.
You're shocked. All I were planning on doing was watching the eclipse. Must have been being back on the Red Wreck.
Yeah.
Brought it all back.
Yeah, it must have been.
But, like you said, I'm a young woman now.
Yeah. Yeah, you are, aren't you?
So, what happens now, then?
Now? I don't know. What do you want to do?
Oh.
Oh, taking it easy, are we?
I've just got in myself, actually.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I've walked the soles of my feet off trying to get a job, if you must know.
We're now to show for it by the look of you.
That's what I love about you, Mother. You're so encouraging.
How's this for encouraging? Mike Baldwin says you can have your job back.
You what?
We happened to have a chat in the Rovers at lunchtime. Emily says she's only filling in over the road temporary, and Mike says you can go back straight away. No apology even necessary. I'd say you are a very lucky young lady.
You just happened to chat to him?
That's right. Do you know, I think I might have misjudged him in the past. He's really not so bad, is he?
What you mean is, you went begging for me?
No, Deirdre. I have my pride. Unlike some I could mention who are content to see their menfolk debasing themselves.
Now listen, Mother. I'm going to try very hard not to get angry and not to shout, because I know you were only doing what you thought was right. But I just want to make this very clear, just one last time. I had my own reasons for leaving Underworld, and I've got just the same reasons for not going back. Now, as far as I'm concerned, Emily has got the job that I had over the road, and she's welcome to it. All right?
I have to warn you, Mrs. Duckworth, it can be a little disconcerting on ITU. There are a lot of machines making noises. Jack will be wired up to some of them and to a drip, but there's nothing to worry about.
But he's going to be okay.
Yes, he's all right.
Oh, thank the Lord for that.
There's still a way to go, but the operation went well. Just a question of rest and watchfulness now.
But he's going to be all right.
Really don't see why not.
Well, where is he? I want to see him.
Of course, he's over here. You can sit with him if you like. He may start to come round shortly, but he's going to be pretty groggy and probably quite uncomfortable, so please don't expect much in the way of conversation.
Jack. It's all right. You've had the operation. You're going to be okay.
Yeah. Love you, V.
So, did you have a good day?
Rounding up stray trolleys for fresh girls, packing shopping bags for overstressed mothers with attention-deficient screaming children. I've had better. But I've had worse.
Ken, you don't feel that me resigning at the underworld has forced you into taking this job, do you? I mean, you don't resent me for it, do you?
What?
Only I've been thinking...
This is your mother, isn't it?
How did you guess?
That woman could teach Machiavelli a thing or two.
Just to let you know, I've had Judy on the phone, and Jack's out the operating theatre, and it looks like he's going to be all right. Oh! Well, he's a good friend to this place, so I'm going to get all the drinks on me, and we shall toast his health.
Oh, Betty, mine's a pint, and set one up for our Janice. She'll be here any time now.
Oh, aye. I'll have the same again, please.
Okay.
Oh, just excuse me a second. Mike, I believe you had a chat with my mother.
That's right. She said ignore your tempestuous behaviour and that you wanted to carry on working for me after all.
It ain't been the same without you, Deirdre.
Yeah, well, my mother has got a speech impediment and you just can't believe a word she says.
Oh, I see. Does that mean you won't reconsider then?
Not ever.
OK, Vera. Thanks for calling. Bye. That was Vera for Auntie M. Jack's going to be OK. See, I told you this eclipse was an omen for good.
Even just 90% of one.
Wonder how Curly's getting on.
Who cares? I know where I'd rather have been. Makes you think, though, doesn't it?
What's that?
Well, whether there is something in all this astrology stuff and fate.
Well, yeah, of course there is. In fate, at any rate.
Yeah, there must be. I mean, well, it must have been fate that we were up there together on the Red Wreck for the eclipse, mustn't it?
Yeah, must have been, I suppose.
You weren't supposed to go to Cornwall with Curly. And Nita were never going to be your soulmate, was she? It's me, innit? We're soulmates. I mean, we must be. I've always loved you, Spider. And now, after this morning, I know you love me too.